Do you remember when life used to be one big social weekend? Like when you're a kid, it's birthday parties every weekend, balloons, cake, sugar highs, and then come the 20s, weddings, christenings, big night out, stag do's, and somewhere along the line, it all shifts. You start going to fewer weddings and a few more funerals, and the people you'd once had crossed the country for now live a whole life parallel to yours. Now you're not alone, you've got people around you, but sometimes it feels like you're watching from the stands rather than playing on the pitch. If that rings a bell, then make sure you grab my field notes below. The short, raw reflections like this one that help blokes like us stay connected and on mission. Midlife loneliness doesn't crash in, it drifts. It sneaks between the gaps while you're busy doing the right things. You're working, raising kids, paying bills, being reliable. And because you're doing what you should, you don't notice what's slowly going missing. That spark of belonging, the sense that you're part of something. It starts to thin out. No one's to blame, it's just the rhythm of life shifting gears. We used to share everything with our mates, every win, every disaster. Now it's all handled quietly, efficiently, privately. We stop sharing the middle bit, the daily mess, and save conversations for the extremes. So when life feels ordinary, it also feels isolated. My mate described friendships like a dartboard. When you're young, the outer ring's packed with schoolmates, cousins, teammates, neighbours. The middle rings are like close friends, best mates, brothers in arms. You feel solid. But as life moves on, the circles shrink, people drift, work changes, kids appear, someone moves north, someone emigrates, and little by little, the crowd thins until you're down to a handful in the bullseye. And if you're lucky, you've got 2 or 3 solid names sitting right there. The ones who answer the phone at 2 a.m, no questions asked. And everyone else? They still exist, but on the outer rings. You wave at them online, you like the posts, a little bit like satellites you used to orbit with. It's natural, but it's weird because even with all these people technically around, you can still feel incredibly lonely. The modern world tricks you with contact, notifications, group chats, colleagues, kids, family, constant noise. But noise isn't connection. You can have a buzzing phone and still have an empty heart. A full house and a quiet head. That's the paradox of midlife. Lots of people, little intimacy, and it's not because anyone stopped caring. It's because we've stopped investing time in the small, unplanned moment where closeness grows. The Saturday coffee, the quick check-in, the long conversation about nothing. Those used to happen automatically. Now they need to be organised. And most of us are too tired to be the organiser. So we default to isolation with a smile on our face. Another truth, the version of Brotherhood that once worked doesn't fit quite right anymore. You can still have loads of lads, still laugh at the stories, but sometimes you leave those nights feeling emptier than when you arrived. That's not betrayal, that's evolution. You've changed, they've changed, the world's moved on a few clicks, and the old rituals don't hit the same. You start craving depth, not drama, not banter, just honesty. You want a mate who'll ask, how are you really? And mean it. And when you don't find that, it can feel like their tribe's gone. But it hasn't, it's just waiting for a rebuild. The next version of Brotherhood isn't louder, it's quieter, truer, smaller. It's the bullseye, the 2 or 3 people you trust completely, and the courage to start showing them who you actually are. Here's where loneliness starts to turn around. Meaning. When men lose connection, it's rarely fixed by company alone. What pulls us back is purpose, something to move toward. It might be training again, building something, mentoring, getting involved with a cause that reminds you you're useful. Because usefulness is oxygen for the male brain. Without it, even love feels distant. Meaning acts like gravity. It pulls the right people back into your orbit. When you move with intent, you start meeting others moving in the same direction. That's how tribes form in midlife, not around age or history, but around purpose. And suddenly, the dartboard fills out again. Not with hundreds, but with enough. If you've been feeling midlife quiet lately, try this. Message one person you miss. No agenda, just hello. Plan one small thing that matters to you. Might be training, learning, helping someone else. Do it again tomorrow. That's it, 3 steps. Tiny movements that reopen doors. Loneliness isn't a life sentence, it's just an invitation to reconnect on purpose. Midlife gets lonely not because we've done anything wrong, but because we've built a full life and forgot to keep space for connection. So build it again. Find your bullseye. Feed it with meaning. And if you want a weekly nudge to keep that going, grab the field notes down below. One small reminder each week that you're not on this journey alone. Oh, whilst you're reaching out to the people that matter, remember, don't be a